everyone. Welcome to Wednesdays with Whitney. I'm Whitney, and I'm here today with my very good friend, Ashley Fahey, who is also the creator of Ancient Energy Amaranth Granola, which I am obsessed with and I eat pretty much every day now. So we're gonna talk all about her journey and this product and how much I adore her and what energizes her life and my life and your life. So those are all the topics you can look forward to. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, thank you for having me on here. I'm so excited to talk about this. This is brand new. We launched, oh gosh, end of August. So we've been at this about a month.
Yes.
So it's not your typical granola. It's actually good for you. Yes. We're using puffed amaranth, and I know most of you probably don't know what that is, but it's an ancient grain. It's a complete protein. It is really good for you. It's naturally gluten-free. My granola is low in sugar. Superfood blend has over 5 different seeds, 3 different nuts. So you're talking real food. It's gonna start your day off right. So we love it, and we have 2 blends, superfood, and then Whitney has peanut butter. So enough about the product.
Well, I mean, just to reiterate the product itself. So one of the things when Ashley brought this into my life, I was like, I like granola, I enjoy it, but I'm not necessarily gonna eat it every day. And she was like, you can eat this as protein. So normally when I think of granola, I think of a carb that I'm kind of guiltily adding to things to make my plain yogurt taste better. This, maybe I eat it weird, but I eat this as cereal, and I only eat a half of a cup of it because it's so filling. I know a lot of people use it as toppings.
A couple tablespoons on their yogurt, pancakes, anything you want a little crunch to. It has this nice nutty flavor. It's just lightly sweetened, so you're tasting the food.
Yes, exactly. So, but I also eat it as cereal because I'm obsessed. So, but what I really want to talk to you, Ashley, about today is how did you discover this? How did this happen?
Oh gosh, this year, which is kind of crazy, this thing has grown into my passion, but at the beginning of the year, I went to Mexico with my yoga studio, Shakti, love that studio, and knew I needed a week of me, of time to think, and I didn't go there trying to discover a business. I left there inspired by something that they served us at the resort, and I got home and I thought, what was that? I need to make it. And
did they serve you amaranth?
They served us amaranth, and I thought it was quinoa because if you look,
it does look
really
a lot like
small.
Quinoa.
The seed itself is heated, so it's not a grain; it's a seed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a pseudo grain is what they call it. So you use it similar to a grain, like a rice, but it's actually a seed. Yeah.
Now I probably should have known that, but that's incredible. I love that. Okay.
Yeah. So went there, left, and a couple weeks later I started making recipes and thought I really think something's here. Can I buy this? And there's no one doing amaranth granola.
No.
And so I thought I'll just start a business.
I'll just do this. Well, and you are not a baker. You are not a professional cook.
No, I have no professional.
Cooking.
Yeah, and I've always been really. My food choices have been important. I think what you eat matters, and so it's a nice, healthy lifestyle is really important to me. And so I connected with this. I'm also vegetarian, so getting protein is important for me. And so when I find a complete protein, it's in my diet. Yeah.
And you figure out. Do you find that you were tinkering with recipes before that? Before you discovered amaranth? Yeah.
Months. No, it came after I discovered the amaranth, but I thought. Maybe I'll do a farmer's market. That was where this was gonna go, is I'll just go to the farmer's market and see if there's interest, and I just started giving it away to people and got so much great feedback that it kind of spiraled into beauty.
So I think what's really interesting, there's so many fascinating things that I find about Ashley's story, and I've been really fortunate I knew her before this started, and I remember our lunch when you came back from Mexico and you were like, we have to have lunch. I know what I want to do.
I wanted to take you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She took me out for my birthday and she's like, I know what I want to do. I know what business I want to start. And this was a conversation that I met Ashley a couple years ago, and even, she had a great job that she loved, but you expressed to me that you wanted to build something. Yeah. You had no idea what that was, and you were pretty happy doing what you were doing at the current time. Yeah. But she's like, I know that there's something out there. And I think what I love about your story is that you waited for it to find you.
Yep.
And then you, at every turn, have invested in it and taken it to the next level. How beautiful is this? She showed me this and I was like, girl, you're in it, you're doing this. So can you talk to me a little bit about investing in yourself and how
Yeah.
creating recipes in a kitchen goes to this.
Yeah, so I think, you know, obviously you have to get your recipe nailed down, right?
Yeah.
But then it's also research. And with food, branding is super important. And I knew, since I didn't have the background, I don't come from the food base, I'm in finance, you know, numbers girl, that I needed to find experts and support my business so that I'd be taken credible. So now when I walk in a place, and we'll tell you where you can find this when we end, people take me seriously because I've invested in photography, I've invested in website, I've invested in branding.
Yeah.
So I've set myself up for success to test the market.
Well, and that's something that I tell entrepreneurs that are starting out, and I've told Ashley this several times, that to me, yes, she's just starting her own business, but your foundation that you had working in corporate, some of the things that you've shared with me, like this girl is analytical in a way that like I can't, like I would consider myself more in the dreamer category, like, oh, we'll just do it, it'll be fine. And Ashley's like, I know the metrics, I know the measurements, I know, like I ask you questions about your business and I'm like, oh, I don't need to worry about you, you're good to go.
So there's this thing that I got from corporate life, my previous employer, it's embedded in their culture, and I think it could really serve any small business owner. It's this concept of plan, measure, execute, correct. So you got to spend the time up front planning, then you need to measure it. Sure enough, there's going to be something you want to change, you know, you execute, and then you correct it. And I think if you follow that pattern, you'll get better and better.
Is that something that you think about monthly, daily, hourly, daily? Okay, yeah. And I had never heard that before. And so I think that that's just something, when we think about corporate environment versus entrepreneurial, I have always been somebody, when people are like, hey, should I start a business? I'm like, get some job experience, especially my young people that come to me and just want to jump into the world. I'm like, go work. Go get told how to build a system, how to work within a system. You need to know these things so that you can break out and do your own thing and know how to break the rules.
Yeah, I think corporate life serves you so well. It gives you great experience. I have background in finance, background in lending, which I think has really empowered me as I've started this business to have confidence and know I can do this, and I get the numbers side, I get business. And if I wouldn't have had my experience with the people that I've worked for and the great companies that I've worked for, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today.
Well, and the confidence part is key, right? You know, you'd worked so far up in your company, taken so many leadership roles, so that when you got to the point where you're like, hey, it's time for me to do something, people were already invested in you. People already, like, I knew the second Ashley came to me and said, I have an idea, I was like, okay. Okay, you're gonna be great. Let's do, like, there was never a moment of doubt of like, whoa girl, like go figure this out. She had done all of her work. So you recently went to a trade show.
I did. Okay, so I think there's the importance of thinking big, especially when you start a business, and what are the possibilities. And so back in the summer, I heard about this expo. It's called the Natural Foods Expo, and it's 70,000 people. Okay, it is 1,500 vendors. It is a big nationwide business.
Do you just eat all day? Is that
it's you go and sample, and then I went to a business workshop. And so I went there, and I kind of joked with people I met. I have no business being here, but I want to know where I want to get to.
You want to see your goal.
I want to see my goal, and I want to surround myself with people and listen to their story and see how did they start. And so that was money well spent, and I met great connections while I was there.
Can you tell the story that you told me before about the yogurt guy?
Yeah, okay, so I'm walking the trade show floor, just chatting with business owners. There's large corporations like Icelandic Yogurt. It was just started chatting with a man, and one thing led to another. He heard my story, and now he's put me in touch with his contacts in the Des Moines area. I didn't ask for anything, and we were just having a genuine conversation. It was a little bit of a serendipity moment with 70,000 people, and I just meet someone who wants to help.
Well, I think that when Emily, my bestie, and I talk about business and how to connect, it's like, don't walk up and say, hey, how can you help me? It's like, hey, let's have a genuine conversation. And then people just, like, this guy was obviously interested in what you created because what you created is so unique. You don't have to oversell. It's like, I'm just going to share the story of what I did and how I got here. And he is so on board, which is amazing. So, where can I buy this? I mean, I have a lot in my kitchen right now, but when I run out and I don't see you next.
So, we are at Gateway Market. Yes, very excited about that. I'll
Yes.
be doing sampling there actually next Monday from 4 to 6. So if you want to meet me, say hi, support me.
Go meet the granola girl.
I'll be there.
Yep.
And then more to come, but I'm in Iowa Food Co-op, which is a great resource for local foods. If you don't know about it, you should. Year-round distribution. Doug Farmstand, Jenny Quintar was the first woman to reach out to me and said, I want to support you.
Yep.
And, you know, the possibilities are endless. So we're just starting out. So watch my journey.
Yes.
And I am so thankful for the people who have supported me and believe in me and will tell me that my product's great. I mean, I think it's important. I just want to end on this because I think this is all about my brand is, you know, obviously my mission is to provide food that energizes your life, but also like what non-food choices energize your life? What gives you that hum? What's your why? What's your purpose? And I think until you find that, you need to keep your mind open and it'll come to you.
Can I ask a follow-up to that?
Yeah.
So outside of this and creating, because creating is such, I can see the energy radiating off of you when you're talking about creating this. What are the things that you do to support this? Because I know how hard it is to get something like this up and running.
Oh my God. I mean, it's, you know, using experts like Whitney did my photos and they turned out amazing. So thank you for that.
Much fun.
We had fun. I hired a food stylist. I didn't even know there was a thing.
Such a thing.
Oh God, my husband supports.
Can I tell the story? Okay, so there's all of these women over at Ashley's house, and we're doing the food shoot, and Ashley has this beautiful kitchen, so it's just a great place to do this, and Madeline's there, she's styling, I'm there, Hannah, my assistant's there, and we're all just doing our thing. Ashley's like running around making sure that everything's perfect, and Evan is just kind of like hanging out, right? The dogs are over there, and we asked him at one point, like, hey, like, what do you think of all this? And he said, his comment was, I think it's just so amazing to watch all you women doing what you're best at. And I was like, I think I love you. It was just, and he's just like, he's so into it. I think he's like, the enthusiasm that radiates off of him is equal to yours.
Yeah, he's, you know, my biggest supporter and, you know, he keeps me grounded. He's the guy who, when I'm a little bit stressed about this, because, you know, any business, it's going to give you a little stress, especially starting out. But
if it doesn't give you stress, you're not pushing hard enough.
Yeah, I think it's taking that leap.
Yeah.
And knowing that at the end of the day, doing your best. Yeah. And following your heart and what gives you joy. And
I think that this question, like what energizes your life, is just, I love the fact that your branding incorporates a question. Like it incorporates like, where are you headed next? What are you doing for yourself? And I think that really speaks to who you are, is that you are always looking for what's next. You're always looking for, how can I improve? How can I support myself and the others around me? You do that so well as a human. And I love to see that coming through in your product.
Thank you.
So
yeah. And I do a happy dance every time I hear someone loves it. It fills me up, my bucket is full at night. And so thank you for the support. This community of Des Moines is so special. The women of Des Moines coming together and making, like thinking big and knowing that more is possible. I mean, we're creating something special and it's great just to be a part of it. So
love it. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you
I know there were a lot of people looking forward to this episode. So good to see you guys. Yay. We'll be back next week. Bye.